this is May and welcome back to my channel for a brand new speed build. So today I am building a tiny rustic beach shack in the world of Sulani as part of my ongoing tiny home series here on YouTube. There's also a playlist on my channel if you're curious about the rest of the tiny builds, so make sure to check it out after this video. For today's video though, I am once again back in Sulani. I think the previous build I made for this series was also in Sulani on this exact lot, if I'm not totally mistaken. I did get a suggestion from one of you on the previous Sulani build if I could do more Sulani builds on some specific lots, and I will definitely get around to do that. It's just that I started this beach shack a while ago actually, but I never got around to finishing it before now. I started this one before a lot of my other tiny builds actually, and I feel like my brain is all over the place sometimes and I just start new builds before I've finished something else I've started. But yeah, I will definitely try to do some more Sulani builds, some bigger ones as well of course, and specifically for the more, should I say, unpopular lots here, like lots that you don't really see a lot of people build on. Sulani is definitely one of my favorite worlds to build in though, and specifically on the waterfront lots. Every time we get a new world now, I just hope for more waterfront lots. I feel like Tomarang would have been perfect for those, and Del Sol Valley as well. I've said it before and I feel like I keep saying it, but Del Sol Valley should have had a neighborhood with waterfront lots. I mean, it was inspired by Los Angeles, like that kind of an area with a coast, and if they ever do update the pack and world, please let there be waterfront lots because it was such a missed opportunity in my opinion. And also functional houseboats would have been such a great addition to the game. Like we had those in The Sims 3 and I would just really miss those, but at the same time I kind of understand the limitations that The Sims 4 have, seeing as the world isn't open and you have loading screens, which Sims 3 didn't have unless you were going to a completely new world. We can still create houseboats though, they just aren't going to be moving and functional, and I feel like I would definitely be down to creating some sort of a houseboat in Sulani in the future. And also if there are any type of builds you would like to see in Sulani, do let me know down in the comments below. I actually think Sulani is one of the worlds I've built the most builds for, to be honest. I've done a few boats by now, a few campers. I remember doing a boba tea shop and also some sort of a spa resort. So yeah, Sulani is quite fun to build in. And today I am building a beach shack, which I've never done before. So the last tiny build I did in Sulani was more of like a modern beach home, so this time it's more of a rustic beach shack, if I can describe it like that. There's lots of dark brown woods along with some beiges on the inside and lots of different colors and patterns, which is kind of outside of my comfort zone. Personally, I'm more of like a neutral color kind of gal. And if I were to choose a favorite interior style, I would probably go for either modern Scandinavian or more of a coastal style. I absolutely love dark blue, for example, like marine blue, and maybe combine it with just lots of whites and maybe some kind of a golden accent, and that's like perfect, right up my alley. Which is probably why I love Brindleton Bay as a world in The Sims 4 as well. I love the coastal, kind of like Cape Cod-esque vibe. Plus there's also an area that has some wheat fields and some cows that you can see in the distance in one of the neighborhoods, which is also really nice. I think it's in the neighborhood where the Hecking household lives, and it kind of just reminds me of home, I guess. So I am from Norway, from this kind of like farmer, lots of fields area, so we have lots of that from where I'm from, and it's just such a calming vibe about it. So yeah, Brindleton Bay is also one of my favorite worlds to build in, and it's quite a different vibe from today's build for sure. The shack is going to have a patio in the back here, I suppose you can call it, and it's going to be facing the water. where we'll have some space to sit and eat. There's going to be a sun lounger and a grill. So definitely a place to just hang out and chill, like enjoy the sun and company of other people. If you have someone over, you'll also have a great view. Something I love to do on these kinds of lots is to add live edit objects at the bottom of the water, like some coral reefs, some greenery, and similar things to that. There's palm trees and such as well, just to fill in the space and make it go with the surrounding environment. I also find these floating lotus decorations from the For Rent pack that I place in the water here, and they actually have an animation in the game. Like you can see them bobbing in the water, which I think is really cute. And on the other side, I put one of the island living boats so you can cruise around if you would like to. As for the back patio here, I do end up adding some string lights to create a nice atmosphere, along with these covers from the Desert Luxe kit. I just love how it looks. And I used this dark brown siding from the Island Living pack, I do believe, and all of those dark green windows are from the For Rent pack. I think For Rent fits really well with Island Living. They have sort of a similar style and vibe, and I just love that dark green swatch. And I love the different open windows. And also a bit of a side note, but I really love the new open window from the Lovestruck pack as well. And I feel like we need more of those, like either semi-open or open windows. Same goes for doors, like we have some open barn doors here that I use from the Horse Ranch pack, and I just love that one. And I also thought it was appropriate here to have some vines and greenery on the walls. And for those, I use a mix of get-together vines and also some of the Jungle Adventure hanging plants. Around the actual house, I plopped down lots of live edit items, like more greenery and trees. The water tower, I think it is also from live edit. There is a clothesline, there's like a mossy statue from Snowy Escape that I just plopped in there along with the greenery. I also decided to fence in a bit of the area in the front of the house, but it's this sort of like rundown metal fence, which kind of fits the vibe, I would say. I don't think you see it during the speed build because I think I switched it out behind the scenes, but I do place a bonfire and then I switch it out with an actual grill where you can prepare food. It is from Island Living and it's just perfect here. I was initially thinking of only having that one and no stove and such on the inside, but I sneaked in a little kitchen on the inside regardless. Well, it's not really tiny either because I wasn't able to fit in a living room. So there's just like a small TV in both the kitchen on one of the counters and also one in the main bedroom. So you can watch TV in both places. So this house does have 2 bedrooms, one with a double bed and one with a single bed. There's also a bathroom, of course, and the kitchen space I just mentioned. And since this is a tiny home, I wasn't really able to fit in too many things, of course. Also, before I forget, there is currently an ongoing sale for The Sims 4 packs in the EA app and thesims.com. You can get up to 50% off until August 19th on various packs, except Lovestruck, since that one was just released a couple of weeks ago, but I'm sure that will go on sale in just a few months. So if there are any packs you've been eyeing or you want to check out, now is definitely the time to do so. And if that is the case, I do have a promo code thanks to the EA Creator Network. Using my code HoneyMay at checkout when buying any Sims 4 packs and bundles, you directly support me at no extra cost. During sales, I do earn a 7% of the purchase instead of the regular 5%, so it would really mean a lot if you would think of me next time you buy Sims 4 packs, as it supports me and the content I make. It also means less money for EA and more money to the creators you like. So thank you if you do end up using my promo code HoneyMay. It does not go unnoticed. And yeah, as for the rest of the house, I try my best to clutter it up. I used the open counters from Snowy Escape in the kitchen. I didn't clutter up the island parts of the counter, and I do believe those are also open, but I cluttered the regular counter and also some shelves above the stove since there aren't actually any matching cabinets to the snowy escape counters, sadly. I really wish there were though. It's always pretty annoying when things don't match or we don't get matching counters or even couches, like if we get a 3-seater but not a matching love seat, for example. No. But yeah, I sneak in a small dining table here as well, even though you can technically eat outdoors on the patio too. I did playtest that dining table and it was in the way as it is now, but don't worry, I do change that in the final upload to the gallery and also in the tray files attached in the description. I've tried my best to upload tray files to all my speed builds recently, just so more people can use the build and also because the gallery can be so buggy sometimes. Like I've heard people sometimes have trouble finding my user on the gallery or certain builds, even when searching with a title or a hashtag, which is really odd. It feels like the gallery is hiding a lot of the other builds for some reason, so again, I think tray files help with that, so you can just download the files and pop them into your trays folder where your game files are located. And yeah, the bedrooms are quite colorful. The main bedroom has a double bed pushed up against the wall, but don't worry, your sim can scoot over to the other side of it, so both spots are still functional and usable. I just put in some flowers and different art and decorations, plus there is a single bedroom as I mentioned earlier, also quite colorful. There aren't any kids' toys or anything in that room, but you can definitely use this for a small family or you can renovate the rooms to fit your needs and storyline, of course. And that's basically it for this video, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and a follow for more content in the future. If you want to be notified of when I upload a video next, make sure to click the bell icon too. This build is playtested and up on my gallery. My ID is honeymaysims, or you can find me with the hashtag honeymaysims as well. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me today as we build this beach shack, and I can't wait to talk to you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye!